Shot by Buddha. Facebook gaming in the building.
Into the end zone! Five Nation, stand up!
Watch this. Boom. October 21st, 2024, 365 days ago. Shot by Buddha Post. Rand Carthon, Mike Vrabel was ran wrong on Vrabel. We now know that coming from up top, Amy, Burke, and Breaker made him press the button on Vrabes. Was Vrabel right on bringing Levis along slowly to humble and develop him? Yes. Mike Vrabel was trying to groom his quarterback and protect him. If the Titans draft Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, will Brian Callahan be around to coach them? Do y'all see how soon and how early and how old I was saying this? This is nothing new. If you just showed up to argue and debate with me, I welcome you. But you will lose, because this is not, I don't just change with the wind. Was they wrong to fire Vrabel? Did they ruin the culture that they had built? Was Vrabel trying to protect the quarterback that they brought in? That they spent the third round pick to move up to the first pick in the second round to get? While at the same time showing loyalty to his veteran quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. And notice, this is way before the draft. Way before the draft. What did I say? If they go get Shedeur Sanders, I ain't one of them people that just jumped on them at the last minute. I say if they get Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, will Brian Callahan still be around to coach them? Listen here, brother. Listen here, brother. Shot by Buddha told y'all all a year ago. So this is what today's conversation is going to be about, because the Titan fan base is coming unglued at the hinges. Uplifting souls. Mr. Crime Scene, Dante, Ravens, Joe. Is Lamar back? But this is my thoughts about the Tennessee Titan culture. Watching Tyler Lockett walk out and ask for his release should tell you a lot about the locker room. Watching the end of Steve McNair, Javon Curse, CJ2K, the mishandling of Vince Young, Marcus Mariota, the end of Tannehill, the end of Derrick Henry, the end of Jonnu Smith, the end of AJ Brown, should tell you something about the culture that a team like the Tennessee Titans at some point is going to have to leave their emotions at the door and realize that you're going to have down years. You're the Tennessee Titans. But what you can't lose is the people that makes your program or your culture or your organization what it is. Tennessee Titans run the football, tough on defense, hard-nosed special teams, and can make plays with glue guys and blue-collar players. D. Hosley, what up? Now, Zay, what up? B. Walker, what it do, player? Now, you've had the NWIs. I seen Nate Washington ask, why do people want to see Restrepo? The Tennessee Titans is gonna have to be that underdog team that has some underdog players like Cedric Gray that nobody believed in, that everybody forgot about on the roster, that wind up being the best linebacker on the team. The Jeffrey Simmons, the first round draft pick that failed because of some off the field issues that turned into the best interior lineman in football. The AJ Brown, the Mississippi boy who wind up being undervalued with his re-signing, and one of the best receivers in the league, physical at the catch point, run after catch, just a physical. AJ Brown's kind of like what you think of a Tennessee Titan. Derrick Henry, second round draft pick, Heisman Trophy winner, sat on the bench behind Deion Lewis and basically didn't even play his rookie year. And then when he got his shot, What did Derrick Henry turn into? Hall of Fame running back. I think that's what the Tennessee Titans is all about. The Delaney Walkers, the guys that people don't think, the Nick Westbrook or Ken Hayes. Those are the people that the Tennessee Titans should be aiming to keep. The guys that people don't think much, the Kevin Byards. Like, right, I posted the post today. What's good? Brad, what up? The post that I made today was Kevin Byard. They asked him to take a pay cut. He's the heart and soul of the defense on the back end. Jeffrey Simmons is the heart and soul on the front end. KB is what it means to be a Tennessee Titan. A second day draft pick that turns into one of the best safeties in football. We trade him for Terrell Edmonds, a 5th round pick and a 6th round pick. Terrell Edmonds gets cut, doesn't stay on the team. You have Elijah Molden. They don't re-sign him. He goes and balls out for the Chargers. So the guy you drafted and developed to take that position, you let walk and go to the Chargers. You get rid of your superstar free safety because he won't take a pay cut, which he shouldn't have to take a pay cut. And you trade him for Terrell Edmonds, who gets cut, who doesn't even start for us. That 5th round pick was Jarvis Brownlee Jr. and the 6th round pick is James Williams. Now, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., 5th round corner, turns into a starter.
Let me teach you how to
One of the real glue guys, energy guys on the Titans. Hard-nosed, physical corner. You've missed on Caleb Farley. You've missed on Christian Fulton. You've missed on L'Jarius Sneed. You've missed on Cheeto. You've missed on all these guys you've paid. You let Malcolm Butler go. You let Logan Ryan go. You let Adoree Jackson go. Trying to find something better, but the guys that make the Titans, they always let them walk. So you trade Jarvis Brownlee, and now what's left of the Kevin Byard trade, who leads the NFL in interceptions right now at free safety, at a position that we just got dunked on twice by Quandre Diggs being out of position twice, because Denard Wilson came and said in the press conference today that on those touchdowns that Snead gave up, those were Diggs' responsibilities to be in quarters on. Because if you remember back last year when we beat the Patriots in overtime, it was the same look, and Hook came over and picked it off. So the safeties was out of position in that situation. Snead was supposed to have middle help deep. He's supposed to have the outside quarter. When you just look back at it, like it was lazy, but he was in his right position. So they can't fight what Butte said about them being lazy and out of position on that, because they were. But you think everything we lost from KB, who was what the Titans is all about, to Brownlee, who's gone, to James Williams. So now all that's left for Kevin Byard is James Williams, a 6th round safety converted to linebacker, who's a special teamer right now, playing behind Cody Barton and Cedric Gray, in a 6th round pick on a pick swap from next year. So James Williams in a 6th round pick is all that's left from somebody that's a staple of your team. Like, that's the problem with the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans is not a good enough franchise to let AJ go, to cut Taylor Lewan on his last year, which something that they may have had to do financially because it was an unguaranteed last year. But I still think, like, even in those situations, they can find ways to do it better. The NWIs, the Honda at the back of the line of the receivers, when Julio's gone, when AJ Brown's gone, when D-Hop is gone, when Ridley is not there, it's Nick Westbrook with 9 touchdowns last year. Like, those are the Titan guys that they have to retain. It's the Derrick Henrys that you have to retain. I just feel like the Titans is getting into that spot where
Let me teach
the
you how to
people that
vibe.
changed the culture, including Mike Vrabel, whether people he had the bad last 2 years or not, The Pittsburgh Steelers haven't won a playoff game in a decade. Mike Tomlin is not on the hot seat. At some point, you're going to have some downtime. For the Tennessee Titan culture to grow, they're going to have to get with some people that are changing the culture and changing the way that people look at Tennessee Titans and stick with it. Like right now, DeMeco Ryans, we all seen what happened last night. DeMeco Ryans can change the culture of the Houston Texans. He's going to have seasons like he's having right now because it's the Houston Texans. They've never been to an AFC championship game since their existence. But it's going to take some years like this to where the Texans, people look at the Texans different. It's going to take some years before people look at the Browns different, before people look at the Jets different. Like those franchises going to have to really dig like what Dan Campbell has taken these 4 or 5 years with coordinators leaving and players leaving and things changing up. Like it's going to be some down years for teams like that. But eventually, you know, if the culture sticks and people truly like pour into it and just don't hit that panic button, because they got to ask themselves now, the guys that they're drafting, the guys that they're bringing in, are there guys that's going to change the culture? I don't think so. So that's the question that they got to ask themselves when the next head coach that comes in and with Mike Bergonzi is, who is going to come in and who is going to be a person that like is a Tennessee Titan? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they got to bring in. Titans always been better when they were the underdogs. Kyle Vanden Bosch, Delaney Walker. That's my point exactly. So when I make posts, I want people to understand like the players that I attach myself to are the people that make Tennessee Titans, that Tennessee Titans. Like Cedric Gray is a good example of a Tennessee Titan. When you look at Cody Barton, I don't get that same feeling. He talks it, but I got to see it on the field. He could grow into something like that, but I need the leaders and the people that they put in for the future to be guys that are what being a Tennessee Titan is about. Khalif Raymond was a good player that on that run, because Khalif Raymond then is what Chimere Dike is now. That return guy, the deep over guy, the motion guy, the guy that runs those deep drag routes, the one that goes in motion that makes the linebackers stand up in point. And we got rid of Khalif Raymond because in that Raven game in the playoffs, Ryan Tannehill missed A.J. Brown up the sideline and Marcus Peters picked him off trying to go to Khalif Raymond. And it's almost as if like we just devalue everything that Khalif Raymond had done up until that point because Ryan Tannehill threw a pick. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything was just all forgotten. And how many years has it taken us from Khalif Raymond? How many people have been in between that role? Because, you know, I like to answer Nate Washington's question better this way. Like Chester Rogers, Tyler Boyd, Kyle Phillips, who could not field a special teams punt or kickoff if his life depended on it. Like all those tweener guys that we've had over the years. That's why people want to see Xavier Restrepo. I don't care if he's the fastest guy. We seen Stokely, we seen Amendola, we seen Edelman, we seen all these little twitchy guys over the years just be a zone buster and some solid hands. Because what happened Sunday? 4th down, Cody Barton checks out of the defense. Denard Wilson say he shouldn't have checked out of the defense. Pop Douglas comes across the middle. Drake May, who they've been glazing to death because he's been playing great, throws a horrible duck 5 feet behind Pop Douglas, and Pop Douglas does a backflip and catches it one-handed on 4th down, and the next play they score. If that's the Titans, they drop the pass and they say, oh, Cam Ward is inaccurate. That's truly what goes on, because last year Drake May looked just like Cam Ward looked. I see flashes. I'm like, man, he ain't got no receivers. They ain't catching the ball for him. They ain't blocking for him. He running for his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same situation. So I'm saying Restrepo just might be that zone buster that comes in, that runs 20 snaps, but has 4 catches for 30 yards, but they first downs. Titans lead the league in drops, lead the league in penalties, and their receivers can't block. Why? because you get rid of AJ Brown, you get rid of NWI, like the guys that are bigger, physical guys that brought that to the table, they're all gone. They should, Brad. Becker, what up? But that's what I see. Rich, what up? Like I see that the Titans got rid of their culture guys. And what did we get rid of Kevin Byard to do? To pay Xavier Woods and Quandre Diggs. We didn't pay Elijah Molden, and we didn't keep KB. Like that's the part when I be making my posts. I really hope that people really catch that. When I talked about NWI is, sure, you hear the name Van Jefferson, it sounds better than NWI, but production wise, you know what I'm saying? Like when you need somebody to run block on first down or the pin block, NWI is a better fit. It's a 6'3" receiver that's got sure hands. Like that's what the Titans is missing. They missing glue guys. They missing the blue collar people that come in hat on a hat. Because Jahad Ward has turned into that. He's bad in run defense, but as far as somebody that can rush the edge, he's been our best edge rusher this year. Femi got hurt after having his best game. We underestimated his value in the run game. And then when you look, they got to ask the question, because I'm not for just coming and saying, oh, we got to get rid of Rand's guys. He got to get who looks like a Tennessee Titan. When you look at the roster, we probably got the worst roster in football, but who, when you look at that team, do you say that's a Titan? Those are the people they should keep. Everybody else should get traded. Like I like what the idea of Snead could have been, but him and Calvin really got their 2-year options. Like they're not what I think about when it comes to Tennessee Titans, and they're very talented players, and they may well as go on to other teams and play better in better situations. But now what do? You cut Cheeto. You traded Brown.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Sunday without Snead. He re-injured at his quad again. You're going to have Darrell Baker Jr.,
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Marcus Harris, Roger McCreary, and Jalen Amar Davis. Those are your 4 corners Sunday against the Colts. You have Ali Gay, Jahad Ward, James Lynch, Sebastian Joseph Day, Shy Tuttle, T Sweat, and you're going to try to stop Jonathan Taylor. How did Ernest Jones look last night? Interceptions flying around, staining people. Like, it's tough when you see people that kind of represent what the Tennessee Titans could be. And that's why I made that list of those 56 players, because I could take 80% of that list and then insert them into this roster and they would take people's jobs. Julius Chestnut, like why is he on the team? You know what I'm saying? We struggle in pass protection. We got Tony Pollard and we got Spears. Like the third running back ought to be somebody that come in clearing people out. So when I watch the Commanders and I watch Jeremy McNichols run a 50-yard touchdown and pick up tough blocks for the Commanders, yeah, it's kind of tough. Because all those positions that we had, like my man said earlier with Khalif Raymond, it takes us like 3 or 4 years to refill a spot that's not even something that's like a high value player. Like Khalif Raymond is not Amon-Ra St. Brown, even though we could have drafted him and we drafted Dez Fitzpatrick instead. You know, it's things like that. It's like even Adoree Jackson wanted like 12, 13 million. They wouldn't pay him. Adoree Jackson's not even some great corner. He was a first round pick from us, right? Adoree Jackson's better than every corner on our team. He's starting for the Eagles. I know that sounds crazy, but he's better than Amar Davis. He's better than he's more physically gifted than Roger. And L'Jarius Sneed can't stay on the field. Like, God dang. Darrell Baker Jr. and Marcus Harris, like, bro, like Adoree Jackson would be cornerback 1 Sunday. But it's like the people that come in our Titans, we don't pay them to try to fill their roles because we don't draft, develop, and retain anything that we could put on the field better than what we got. I could list. I promise you, it's 56 players on that list. I can go down that list and say it's some people that more is a better representation of the Tennessee Titans than the people that we got now that we probably pay more for. Like Lockett. Lockett was $4 million. Lockett was $4 million. Like, bro, like what's going on? Marbando, we have more holes than we started with. The year we are down bad. Thanks, J-Rob. But it's more than just J-Rob, though. It's more than just J-Rob. Maybe, just maybe, I know Titan fans don't want to hear this. As bad of a job as J-Rob did in them 2 years in the A.J. Brown trade, maybe they should have just sat it out and waited to the end of the year with in the room. Amy, Burke, Vrabes, J-Rob went in there with some fentanyl and then beat each other up and came out with a new plan. You see what I'm saying? Like, J-Rob made some horrible mistakes. He messed up the cap. He messed up a lot of things. As much good as he did with the players he brought in, he did just as much as bad to tear it up. But I think at some point we got to realize, like, we are the Tennessee Titans. We're going to have some down years and we're going to make some mistakes. What coach wants to come coach in Nashville? What free agent player has watched Steve McNair, Chris Johnson, Marcus Mariota, Vince Young, Javon Curse, AJ Brown, Derrick Henry? Look over the years. What free agent really wants to come to Tennessee to build culture and be part of the Nashville? And they don't. They come get a check and they leave. Jadeveon Clowney gave us 14 solo tackles for $20 million. But I'm starting to realize that it's the culture that makes them come here and do us like this. It ain't necessarily like these players, because those players go elsewhere and be productive. That's my argument. My argument is that the Tennessee Titans culture is so bad and they never sit through enough things to fix it. As bad as he was the last 2 years and as bad as J-Rob was, Tennessee Titans was starting to develop a culture. And they don't have it any longer. Like, we are laughing stock. But that's why though, Corey, we pay them because we don't have a culture or nothing that nobody wants to be a part of. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Seahawks look good. Jeff. Nah, Crime Scene, we good. So, like, let me go through this list, because I know that I had and for the record, anybody that lurks, anybody that follow my content, I'm not one of the people that like shouting, yelling, and going back and forth with you like that. Like, I appreciate people who don't think like me or have a alternate perspective or alternate viewpoint on how they see things. I appreciate everybody's input. That's what the shop is all about. It's just not all about a bunch of yes men or somebody agreeing with me. Cam was always first. Cam, don't come in here talking about
let me teach you how to vibe.
But that's part of the problem though. But imagine if the Tennessee Titans had to just bit the bullet and kept Vrabes, and it's Derrick Henry, and it's KB, and it's Big Jeff, and it's AJ Brown, and a bunch of blue collar guys. Like, that's what the Tennessee Titans is gonna have to be. And they gotta look at their roster right now and say, who are those blue collar guys that's gonna make the Tennessee Titans be the Tennessee Titans? I see some young players that can make the Tennessee Titans be the Tennessee Titans, but it really burns me when we have those type of glue guys like NWI. As much as people laugh about it, I don't want to see Restrepo play because he played with Cam in college. I want to see him play because I can't be convinced that he's slower than Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett has zero yak yardage. He's not going to go anywhere. If he catches the ball, he's going to fall down. So I just need somebody that can catch the football. Cam Ward is a gunslinger. Right now, he's inaccurate. Just get me somebody that's going to catch it when they get around the football. I mean, is Van Jefferson and the guys really like creating separation? Nah, I mean, just put the ball up and go get it. He said it all went bad when we lost to the Bengals in the playoffs. But I think part of that culture started, and we do have James. That's what J-Rob is to blame for. The part of the culture is we lost that game to the Bengals, and he went in and did that trade with AJ Brown and drafted a quarterback in Treylon Burks. That was the beginning of it. That was the beginning of the mistrust being pulled away. He got too arrogant, got too cocky, and thought that we had arrived, but we were still the Tennessee Titans. And then they compounded on that by firing him mid-season, going on a 7-game losing streak. Ryan Tannehill getting a high ankle sprain. Malik Willis to Josh Dobbs, to losing on the incomplete pass that was ruled a fumble to the Jaguars, to Jaguars going in and winning a playoff game on the Chargers, sending the Titans into panic mode. Ryan Tannehill rushes back. He clearly was not 100%. Ryan Tannehill looked the beginning of that next year the way J.C. Latham looked coming back off injury, like a guy trying to keep his job, but his body ain't there. You see what I'm saying? And insert Will Levis. And like that's been the beginning of the unravel of them just trying to put duct tape on the boat. Like they gotta truly just like have a come to Jesus meeting. They hit the panic button. They hit the panic button. Lockett is gone from Tennessee. It ain't that he wants out. He's gone. But I mean, I never wanted Lockett. when they signed Lockett for $4 million and let NWI walk, I said it was a mistake. Because the Titans need physical players that's blue collar, blue pale players. Like, people argue with me up and down about that, but like we paid Tyler Lockett more than we would have paid NWI. Doesn't make sense. Like the guys that you draft, that you develop, that has bought into the culture, that was there for some of the he was there for the run. You see what I'm saying? Like, and when you have people that was there through that understand what it takes culture wise and what your culture really represents, what you want it to represent. When you let all these people go, like what do they have? Van Jefferson, A.L. Monner, Chimere Dike, Mason Kinsey. We rolled that out there last Sunday. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's Tennessee Titans had 39 rushing yards at home in Nashville against the Patriots. Patriots had 175 yards. That right there, I don't care what Cam Ward did. I don't care what L'Jarius Sneed did. I don't care who did what. I don't care what the coach did. Like, in that instance that somebody dominated us up front like that, that ain't Tennessee Titan football. So when J-Rod cried in the interview, I knew we was cooked. He knew it too. But sometimes when you make a mistake in life, you just got to eat the mistake and take the L and then go right back in and fix it. If it takes whatever it's got to take. But then when you got an impulsive owner that get mad at these things, she's kept hitting the panic button. Like, she hasn't really gave anybody time to fix it. Yeah, but see, Corey, people argue me up and down about the NWI, but I'm like, when you look at NWI, people want to turn and see Drake London. They want to see Mike Evans. You see what I'm saying? Like, people want to think that when they look and see that big, but NWI is like the great value Tennessee Titan version of what that would look like. It's the Mac Hollins. It's the guy that's gonna block hard. That's gonna go make a couple physical catches. He ain't the superstar guy, but he's the guy that's gonna get 50 catches and gonna dunk in the red zone. On third down, he gonna be the big physical frame guy. Like this, does a bubble screen to Chimere DK look different if NWI is blocking or Tyler Lockett is blocking it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why our screen game is so bad. We have a bunch of receivers that like ain't physical players like that. He said, "Welcome to Zombie Land." Seahawks defense carried. Tennessee Titan legend Ernest Jones with the pick.
Let me teach you how to
Bipolar
vibe.
with the 20-star bomb. Dragon stickers in the chat. Breon, what up? D Kane. All right, so let me show y'all this list because I need people to really see this. 56 former Titans are active on NFL. When I say active, these are guys on the depth chart. These ain't practice squad guys. Now, I know some people popped up in the comments, and I welcome y'all to say that, man, these guys,
Let me teach you how to vibe.
these guys are trash. Right? So let's put that to the test. I trust myself when I say it. The Bills got Daquan Jones. Daquan Jones would play in front of Shy Tuttle. He play in front of James Lynch. He be better quality depth than D tackles that we got. Kendall Lamb, a tackle. Is Kendall Lamb better than John Ojukwu? I'd say yes. NWI. Is he better than Mason Kinsey? Tyler Lockett and Van Jefferson? Yes. We had Brewer. We signed Cushenberry to a big deal. He missed most of last year. We spent $60 million on him. Could have just kept Brewer. Brewer actually played pretty good as center. He wasn't good as a guard. He was good as a center when he put on the weight. Danny Brunskill. We got rid of Brunskill and paid Zietler good money. Zietler hasn't blocked a stunt all year. Zietler is a good player, but I haven't seen Zietler pick up a stunt all year. Have y'all seen Zietler pick up a stunt? I haven't. Don't get me started on Jarvis Brownlee. Nick Folk, who is the most accurate kicker that we've had in a decade. You had to go back to Baronas to have somebody kicking the way Nick Folk was. 41 out of 43 kicking his last season in Nashville. Josh Reynolds, receiver, played on the Lions. I'm pretty sure he'd start if he played Sunday. We ain't got to even name any of the Patriots that just came back and put belt on us. We ain't even got a name. We ain't got to name none of them. Colts kicker Badgley. The Jaguars. That's Austin Johnson. Austin Johnson would play before Shy Tuttle
Let me teach you how to
and James
vibe.
Lynch. Azeez Al-Shaair is a better linebacker than Cody Barton. Danico Autry is better than Jihad Ward, Carlos, Draymond Jones. He's better than all of them. Somebody stop me when y'all find me somebody that wouldn't be on our current roster. Jonnu Smith wouldn't be tight end 1. Mason Rudolph is better than Allen, but I don't like Rudolph, but he's better than Allen. Cheeto, no Snead. Cheeto will be cornerback 1 this Sunday. We don't even have to mention Derrick Henry or DeAndre Hopkins. Jack Conklin. Let's not get started about right tackle. Jerome Baker is the same as Cody Barton. Better
me
than
teach you how to
Kazir
vibe.
White and Darian Mousy Jr. All right, now Trey Avery is Buns.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Trey Avery is Buns, and Kendall. Okay, these are Avery and Kendall on the Browns, the only other team that's as bad as us. I give y'all those two. So, how many players we went through before we found two that wouldn't make the roster? Trey Avery is barbecue chicken, and Kendall is too. All right, Bengals. Man, we had to go through half of the AFC before we found the team that didn't have a Titan on the roster. Chiefs, Christian Fulton. Christian Fulton would start Sunday if he was still in Nashville. Because he beat us when he came back with the Chargers last year. He's on the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure he's not dying to get out of Kansas City to come back to Nashville. Raiders, Jamal Adams, they just beat us. We don't even have to speak on that. And Lonnie Johnson Jr., Lonnie Johnson Jr. Okay, that's three. Trey Avery, Kendall, and Lonnie Johnson. What do these have in common? They safeties. We got good safeties. We got Kendall. We got Kevin Winston Jr., Xavier Woods, and Hook. Even though Hook having a bad year. Broncos don't have a Titan. Chargers got Hassan Haskins, who is great in blitz protection, a good blocker. You seen him with the block that got a Lad McConkey off for their game winning drive. He's better than Julius Chestnut. Deshaun Hand would definitely be in the rotation at D tackle. Bud Dupree definitely would be starting at edge. Tier Tart definitely would be starting, especially with no Jeff Simmons in the middle. Elijah Molden would for sure be playing instead of Quandre Diggs, who got dunked on twice Sunday. Luke Gifford, 49ers, starting since Fred Warner's out at interior linebacker. Him and Cody Barton be fighting because Cody Barton ain't impressed none of us yet. Laurel Murchison would definitely be in the rotation at edge. Seahawks, Ernest Jones, don't get me started. Interception last night. Sean Murphy Button is better than he would start at corner this Sunday with no Snead. Malik Willis, no need to explain. Kevin Byard, no need to explain. Santos is a kicker. Theo Jackson is the starting nickel for the Vikings. No need to explain that he would be starting. That we drafted out of Tennessee. Khalif Raymond, slot receiver. Do we need one of those? Did one just quit and walk out? Zach Cunningham would probably be on the roster before Darian Mousy Jr. and Kazir White. Falcons no Titan. Panther no Titan. Bucks no Titan. NFC South don't fool with the Titans no more since Arthur Smith left. Now Arthur Smith was there, you would be full of Titans. Dylan Radins and Hugo Amadi, another safety. I wouldn't put him there. Dylan Radins, I don't think he could be playing any worse at guard and tackle on the right side than what we got now. AJ Brown and Adoree Jackson, let's not even have a conversation. Jadeveon Clowney would be starting on the edge for us. Kenneth Murray Jr., I think, played better than Cody Barton last year when he was there. Marcus Mariota would definitely be backup quarterback over Brandon Allen. Jeremy McNichols would definitely have a job over Julius Chestnut. And the Giants got Stinney, another rotational offensive line. So out of all these players, I'll give you Hugo Amadi. I'll give you Lonnie Johnson Jr., Avery and Kendall. And I give you Decoya because we just cut him. But I'll give you 5 people on this list. As bad as depth, our roster is 32 out of 32 NFL teams. I just went through a list of 56 active former Tennessee Titans, people that we drafted, undrafted free agents, and guys that we got young in their career, that we was their first stop, that we let these people go that were depth pieces or people that could have been culture builders or glue guys that understood what we was here and what we was trying to do. But we have so much turnover that a lot of these guys on this list that would be starting caliber players who were cheaper contracts than what we have now. I can give you 5 people off that list that wouldn't be on our roster right now. If you can prove me wrong, Discord is open. I'd love to hear it. I don't think there's a person out there that can change my mind on that list of people. And for those that don't believe me, this is our roster now. This is our roster now. We're rolling out with Van Jefferson, if he's healthy, Chimere Dike, A.O. Monner, Mason Kinsey, and James Prochet. That's what we playing the number 1 NFL team, the Indianapolis Colts, win Sunday. Are you looking at this? Look at this defense. Ollie Gay, Jalen Harrell, Curtis Jacobs, no Jeffrey Simmons, no Femi, no Arden Key, Sebastian, no L'Jarius Need, Darrell Baker Jr., Jalen Amar Davis, Roger McCreary, and Marcus Harris is the 4 cornerbacks. And we're going to have Sebastian Joseph Day, T Sweat, Draymond Jones if he can go, if his knee ain't bad, Shy Tuttle. Like, that's what we rolling out. That is the roster, bro. See how different it sound when how it look when I visibly show you all the players that we've let go and not been able to retain, and how our roster looks now. I could take that 56 player list and put a team together and beat the Tennessee Titans this coming Sunday with no practice. Oh, we're gonna get done dirty. If y'all got Prize Picks or FanDuel or any of that, take Michael Pittman Jr., Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor, and take Daniel Jones, and then probably Alec Pierce, and then take the Colts defense. Because people dog out Cam Ward, but we're gonna roll out that team that can't run the football. Tennessee Titans in the last 2 years, since Callahan and on up, average giving up 130 yards rushing per game. Bro, it's no chance that we win this game Sunday.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
And they're gonna be talking and dissecting Cam Ward to the T, and he's rolling out there with that. That's what he's rolling out there to play with. Tragic. But that's what the Tennessee Titans need to do to get their culture. When you do look at that roster that I just showed you, the Tennessee Titans got a long, hard look in the mirror to say, which of these guys are Titans?
Let me teach you
Which
how
of
to
these guys
vibe.
represent what the Titans is right now? Or what you want the Titans to be? Boy, if I had my mouse, I'd go through here clicking. There'd be a whole bunch of people that don't strike me as a Tennessee Titan. Because to be real, when you look at it, the people that got the mentality for what a Tennessee Titan is the young guys. Cam Ward, Tajay when he healthy, Chimere Dike, A.O. Monner, Gunnar Helm, Skoronski, Cedric Gray, Kevin Winston Jr. Hook got the money and been bad this year. Roger McCreary, Joseph Day, T Sweat when healthy. What else on this team strike you as a Tennessee Titan? What else on that team strike you as a Tennessee Titan? Mine, what up? Tracy, what up? Michael Montgomery, what up? That's what they gotta come up with, is who of the players that they gonna bring in, or they gonna trade for, or they gonna sign in free agency, who represents what the Tennessee Titans want to be. That's why I'm not worried about Cam Ward having a bad down year his rookie year, because mentally Cam Ward is what the Tennessee Titans need. Somebody who is mentally the type of person that you want running your team, running your organization. Robert was good. Just in here breaking down Tennessee Titans culture or lack thereof. But if y'all be missing these shop talks, man, all y'all gotta do is hop on YouTube. I'm gonna make sure I do a great job of every day uploading those, or at least pulling some clips. Discord is open. Anybody got anything they want to add? Challenge any points? Got any points they want to add to the conversation? It's your time to do so. The doors of the church is now open. And then, of course, as always, once we done with shop talk, we're gonna fire up the gameplay. We're gonna pop it off. We're gonna restart the stream on Kick and Twitch. We're gonna be able to turn on the music, Apple Music.
Let me teach you how to vibe.
And vibe out. He said Mason Kinsey only because he's been here for 40 years. But that's a problem though, right? Colton Dowell, Mason Kinsey. We've fell into this trap of guys that like getting cornerbacks and defensive backs and receivers because they're good at special teams. Like when that should be reserved for the young guys and the glue guys. Like how somebody can explain to me how some of those people on that list are not Titans, and then you look up and see James Prochet and Mason Kinsey and like guys like that. And I think James Prochet probably, of all those receivers that you have outside of Chimere DK, probably like the most explosive person with the ball in their hand. Like Prochet has a little bit of the Tajay Spears in him when he get the ball. So it's like, if we're gonna run a bubble screen, I'd rather see James Prochet get a bubble screen than see Tyler Lockett. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being honest. Shit in Bush. Trying to get Flicker. But that's ultimately it though, man. They have to commit to the culture. And if a guy if I'm Mike McCoy, I walk in the locker room and say, man, the door open. Who else want to leave? Anybody else want to walk out? Anybody else want to be released? Let me know right now. I need 53 people on the roster that's committed to building what the Tennessee Titans is. Because they're going to get a gut check come Sunday. No Snead, no Simmons, no Femi, no Key, no Ridley. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be bare bones out there, and this front office need to figure out who want to be here and who don't, and who want to build and who don't, and bring in some guys that looking for a new home that they want to make their home. Bryce Oliver back. Yeah, it's like, this would have been the perfect time for Bryce Oliver to be getting a lot of run. But reality is reality is what it is. We have what we have right now, and that's not much. And we're gonna roll in to play the hottest team in the league Sunday, and I just don't see anything. And if you ain't been in here in the last few minutes, can you tell me what this defense is gonna do to stop Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, Mo Alley Cox, Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, Downs, A.D. Mitchell? Like, what is this defense going to do with that?
Let me teach you how to vibe.
Cedric Gray might have 30 tackles Sunday. What is this? Like, people only going to talk about Cam Ward, but Van Jefferson might not even be healthy to play. What is Cam Ward going to do with this against the Colts defense with DeForest Buckner and Zaire Franklin and Charvarius Ward, Kenny Moore? Like, what is he going to do with this versus that? I mean, we can't run the ball. We can't stop the run. Jonathan Taylor has 320 yards and 6 touchdowns in his last 2 games versus the Titans. Whew. Smithers. Mr. Perfect, what up? what receivers would I like to come to Tennessee? I mean, there's some bad teams out there. Like, I'd like to trade and get Garrett Wilson as a top target. Put Garrett Wilson, L.K. Omana, and Chimere Dike out there, and then go back into the draft and add to that. Get Khalil Mullins back healthy and put Tajay and Khalil Mullins out there, and then go get me another back. You see what I'm saying? Like, put JC Latham on IR so he can really heal his hip, unless they trying to just let him work through it and say F it. And put Oli Udoh out there, and let JC really get healthy. At this point, I mean, we kind of know what we got in Baker Jr., but put Marcus Harris out there and see what Marcus Harris got. And the fact that we haven't made any kind of a trade or moves to try to add to the edge, we finna really roll out there with Ali Gay, Jalen Harrell, and Draymond Jones Sunday with Jahad Ward. Like, it's gonna be a field day. It's gonna be a field day, man. The vaunted Tennessee Titan defense, led by Cody Barton, it's gonna get destroyed, bro. Oh man, we're gonna get destroyed, dude. I would like to see Restrepo get some snaps in at slot. I mean, our receivers lead the league in drops. Cam Ward is not that accurate right now. He's not comfortable in the offense or in the pocket with the offensive line or the offense as a whole. And right now he's streaky with his accuracy. So put a guy that can. My perfect example of that is Drake May is having a magnificent second year. His sophomore year is great. As much as they glazed him, as much as he cooked us, on that fourth down, they really sealed the game and put the game out and really extended it and really kind of made you cringe. Coming out of half after we gave up after Quandre Diggs and Snead had the miscommunication and gave up the touchdown, they double dipped the chip, and fourth down they went for it, and Pop Douglas did a backflip and caught a one-handed catch. If that was Cam Ward, that was the interception to Chig or any other drop pass that they had that he put behind L.K. Omana. L.K. Omana was an interception a few weeks ago thrown behind him like that, and then Chig was one this week. And people can say what they want, but Pop Douglas made the catch for his quarterback. Nobody talks about how badly inaccurate that pass was to Pop Douglas on that fourth down, and how that could have changed the momentum of the game. The defense getting off the field with Big Jeff out, and then having a chance to go back down 4 in the second half to try to take the lead or pull within 1 or even flip the field. You know what I'm saying? But what happens? Cody Barton backs off, checks out of the defense that Denard Wilson said was a mistake, and then the next play, Cody Barton half-heartedly with no effort let Ramondre Stevenson just walk into the end zone, and then Cam Ward fumbles the ball for a touchdown to Kayvon Chaisson the very next play. So, I mean, what do you do?